Come on, Rocco, don't be shy. It is Disaster Datsun Custom Z time. Now, in the previous video, we continued on this floor section. We've got this main frame all buttoned up just about. We've got it welded to those intermediate frames that go from the tunnel out to the sills. And we also made that custom centered section that's either side of the tunnel, just there. In this video, I'm going to continue on that floor pan and hopefully get all of the holes that appear to be in the Datsun floor pan all buttoned up so you can't see it anymore. So it's not like a holy floor kind of situation. Right, so as I mentioned in the previous video, I connected this main frame to these intermediate frames, which I welded in as well on the previous episode, or tacked in. I also made this section here as well. So first off, I'm going to start by cleaning all of this interior because it just looks like an absolute dump in here. And there's just dust and rust and crust everywhere. This is probably the cleanest this car has been in quite a long time. So these floor pans for the new viewers, I've actually put these floor pans in myself. Now, they don't match 100% because it's just what was available at the time. Now, this has only been spot welded in. It needs welding in fully, and obviously there's these holes, these two holes here as well. It needs welding properly across there. I put an inner sill and an outer sill on this, so I need to completely weld those up because there's still welds that I need to do on there, but the focus for the moment is obviously these big holes down here. I'm going to clean up this tunnel, get the wire wheel on it, get it cleaned up, and then I think I'm going to cut the back section of this floor pan out because I've actually done it in two because these floor pans only came a certain length, so I had to extend them, but this extension here, I might cut this out so it's exactly the same as this side, and then I can do two nice sections on this side and this side. I've also got bits to clean up. Yeah, I'm just going to get into it. Just get into it. Just do it, Ryan. Right, so now I've made a massive mess again. I've cleaned that tunnel up and it looks in decent condition. Now I've still got some tabs to take off of this side, but I'll get to that in a second. So these floor pans are actually pre-manufactured panels. Now they only came to here. Now this is an extension that I've made to obviously bring it back to where the rear seat mounts used to be, which is just here. But what I'm thinking about doing is cutting this section out just on that seam, and then obviously making a section from here that goes down and comes all the way down to here, so I don't have too many seams that are welded together. So I might take all this out here and then make a big long panel with this bend and this bend in, and then cut it in half at each side. I think that's the best way to do it, just to make sure that each side matches. So I'm going to cut this lovely workout that I've done previously in one of the previous episodes. I'm going to continue cleaning up this side of the tunnel, and then I can start making the piece to go in this section. Right, so this is that floor section that I've just cut out. Now here you can see the weld where I've obviously extended that seat sort of mounting point to the floor pan because that was all rotten. Now I did that more than a year ago. You can also see the chassis rail here, so this is still good, but I'm not sure if we're going to keep this or if we're going to replace it with some thicker steel, just like we have on that back section. Now the chassis rail on that side is non-existent, and this side I had to extend it because this back section was no good. So this is a new section that I've put on. However, we can use this as a height reference to obviously continue this floor pan from that section and join it onto here. Now I've got a couple of tabs that I do want to take off here, just like I did on that other side. I want to clean this up, and then I can start fabricating that floor. Right, so here we have the beginning of this section. Now I've got the other piece over there which I'm going to use for the other side, but for the purpose of this I need to shape this around what we've got going on here. Now I've got the two bends in it, which hopefully they're good, but I've obviously got the bend that comes off of this chassis rail, I've got the bend that comes down here, and then it obviously comes and meets this chassis rail as well, and I've actually made it longer so obviously I can cut it to suit. Now I've got this to take into consideration. I've got this section here, and then it actually returns out for this sill. There's a similar situation on this side as well, so I just need to get a template, and I need to trace around this so I can get this shape, and obviously I can put that onto there. I've also got a 20mm lip that I need to make, so I can obviously weld it onto that sill as well. There is still work to do in here. As you can see, it's all crusty and rusty and it's not in good shape, so we will do that, but not in this video. Right, so I've got this section in and it fits really nicely all the way around here. This section here, I just need to pull this towards this way, but it's been stopped by this floor pan, so that fits really nicely, so I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to jump onto that side and do exactly the same as what I've done here, get it on that side and get that section in. That actually turned out really nice. So I've actually replicated what I did on this side onto that side, and it fits pretty well, to be honest. It does need a bit of tweaking, just like this side does, but it is very, very close, which I'm happy with. Now, obviously, it needs to tie in with the actual floor pan. Like I say, we need to do something in this corner so it sits flush onto that chassis rail, which, you know, goes from the transmission tunnel to the sill. And we've got a bit more work to connect the chassis rail to the sill as well. But obviously, you know, it's still early stages at the moment. So I'm happy with how this has turned out. Again, tweaking, I've got bits to do down here, but that means that getting these two pieces in here means that we've only got these two side sections to fabricate up, and then we can obviously get everything tacked and welded in properly. So it's actually looking a bit more like a car again, instead of a Fred Flintstone type of situation. So now that that's done, unfortunately that's all we've got time for in this video, because this video actually goes live in about 6 hours time, because it's nearly 12 o'clock now on Saturday, and this goes live at 6 o'clock tonight. So I've got this whole video to edit, render and upload, and uploading usually takes about 2 hours. So I've got 4 hours to edit and render, and rendering normally takes an hour and a half, so that means I've got 2.5 hours to edit a full entire video.